Now let's look at an example involving 3 children. This is a recurring example throughout probability. A couple has 3 children. Find the sample space for 3 children if boys and girls are equally likely. So here we're assuming boys and girls are equally likely. We're going to use G for girl and B for boy. Now, let's determine how many things are actually in our sample space. There's 3 children and 2 choices for each, either a boy or a girl. So we multiply 2 times 2 times 2, and that's 8. So our sample space should have 8 items. Now what we want to do when we have a problem like this and we have to list the sample space, we need to do it in a systematic way. So let's start by listing boys. Say that a couple has 3 boys. Then they have 2 boys and a girl. So 1 less boy. Now let's do another 1 less boy. So that'd be boy, girl, girl. And then 1 more less boy would be girl, girl, girl. Okay? So now they've had 3 girls. What if they have 1 less girl? So that's girl, girl, boy. At this point, I would like for you to pause the video and try to complete the sample space. We're missing 3 things in our sample space. Okay, so hopefully you found all 3. We had girl, girl, boy. So the next one would be girl, boy, boy. And the thing we're missing here is where the children alternate, where you have boy, girl, boy, or boy, girl, boy, girl. So, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. Alright, so that is our sample space. On the next slide, we're going to look at an example. It says, find the probability that when a couple has 3 children, they will have exactly 2 boys. We're going to need this sample space in order to answer that question. We know that there are 8 things in our sample space. Let's see where there are exactly 2 boys. So there's 2 boys, there's 2, and there's 2. So there are 3 items where there are exactly 2 boys. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. So the probability of exactly 2 boys. So we determined we had 8 total things in our sample space, and we counted them before we switched slides that there were 3 where there were exactly 2 boys. So the probability of exactly 2 boys is 3/8. Now, for part B, is it unlikely for a couple to have exactly 2 boys when they have 3 children? So we know the probability of exactly 2 boys is 3/8. So 3/8, we need that as a decimal in order to answer this question. I'll show you why in just a moment. Changing that to a decimal, that's 0.375. There was a previous slide that talked about how to determine if something is unlikely, if a probability value is unlikely. We do that by comparing it to 0.05. It is unlikely, or a value is unlikely, if it's less than or equal to 0.05. Okay, so we need to compare to that. Is 0.375 less than or equal to 0.05? No, it is greater than 0.05. Therefore, it is not unlikely for a couple to have 2 boys when they have exactly 3 children. So we would write not unlikely. It's a little bit of a double negative there. Or we can write it is likely.